Welcome back for another book review. Today we are talking about this one. So this is Mysteries of the Aura, How to See, Interpret, and Work with Subtle Energies. The authors are French. I don't know how to speak French. Once again, the title of the book really does fit what the book is about. It's about the auras. So the author does go into a lot of more detail than you would typically expect from a beginner book. And it does kind of feel like there's a little bit of like, he's researched a lot of different beliefs and tries to bring those points in, which is really nice. I would rate this a 4 out of 5 star. The reason being, I thought this was a really good book if you were interested in auras. Is it one for me? Nope. Like, I have a real hard time believing some of this stuff, and there was a few times that I had to like check myself and be like, all right, well, it's not for me, but it could be for someone else. That said, if you are into auras, this is a really good resource. I think it seems pretty well researched. There were parts of it that I was like not sure, but then it felt like he did enough other research that it's like maybe it is just misrepresented everywhere else. Don't know. Specifically for like the chakra system, he said I think it was like 114 chakras, and that really there's one like right below the heart chakra that's actually the more important one than the one we do. I don't know. There's just like random little things like that that it was like, I don't know, but it felt so researched that you're like, maybe I don't actually know. So keep that in mind. I don't know. But he did a lot of different research, and he comes from it from a bit more of a Freemasonry kind of vibe. And obviously he is a Freemason, so like he talks about how your different belief systems make your aura, that it kind of changes depending on your belief system, which I loved that concept because that would make the most sense of whatever system you believe. Your aura is gonna mimic that. I thought that was perfectly well put, and there was a lot of really good stuff in here. I'm just not big into auras. I have a hard time believing that you could see an aura and that you're gonna know all of these things about a person, and like he only talks about seeing it from like a visual standpoint, and I've experienced auras in not that way. It's more of like you just get like a mental, like for me it's always been just like a color, but I don't physically see the color. The closest I've ever had was like the person was wearing, in my memory, it was a very distinct color. In reality, it was not quite that color that I was seeing them in, but like their whole essence seemed to be that color. Hair, skin, everything, but not physically seeing it, just like energetically, it's like, you are that color. And like, it's very rare that that happens for me, because again, I'm not huge into auras, it's just not something I'm into, but like that just happens randomly. And so like he doesn't ever talk about that form of it, and it's very much just a lot of meditating and trying to convince yourself to see something, and like I have a hard time. Is it a great book if you believe in that? Yes. I struggle to believe in it. So that said, definitely if you are interested in auras, this is going to be the book for you. It has got a lot of information, a lot of exercises for you to do. If you did them all consistently, I'm pretty sure you'd get pretty good at it. And honestly, it does feel almost like outside, like, okay, if you're a beginner but you want to like deep dive hyper focus into auras, this is a good resource. If you're more casual, this is maybe a little over your head. And like it almost moves into like an intermediate category, not necessarily for auras, just like occult in general, because there's a lot of like background knowledge that you're gonna need to have at least a vague idea of what it is, I feel like, to really get what you need to out of this book. So it's like really ready to dive deep and really intense for a beginner, or like intermediate, you have a vague idea of what you're doing and you're just wanting to get more into the auras. Would I buy this? Probably not. Again, I'm not big into auras. I think it's a really good resource for the people that are though. I'm just not that person. So I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Huge thank you as always to my patrons. If you want to support me and get access to exclusive content, including my audiobook of Path of a Witch. It is going out every Thursday, but I have other content going up weekly as well. If you want to check that out, it is patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. If you want to check out my books, they are linked in the description down below, as well as on my blog, also in the description. As always, a huge thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.